Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now it's 6:30.
Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30. We're getting results for you. Thank you for joining us here live on News 6 Plus. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. It is a guilty verdict for a Brevard County teacher who Cocoa Beach police say was found at a house party with more than 100 teens. It happened back in January. A jury found her guilty of resisting arrest without violence and disorderly intoxication. And we just learned the details of her sentencing. They are lengthy, but include a year and a half of supervised probation, 100 hours of community service. She also has a year to donate $500 to a children's advocacy center, and she has to pay Cocoa Beach Police for the cost of its investigation.
Well, meteorologist Julie Broughton joins us now for what's been an active weather alert day. Julie?
Yes, it has been a busy day. We've seen a lot of heavy rain and some strong and even severe thunderstorms, especially in Brevard County as well as Osceola County. And that is where we're seeing most of the activity right now. We still have a special weather statement in place where you see that white box. So that encompasses a little bit of Osceola County, much of Indian River County, where we don't have any viewers in Indian River County, but we are talking about Yeehaw Junction, seeing some heavy rain, a lot of lightning, and these showers. This particular cluster of storms has been producing some hail as well, as it just kind of meanders off to the south a little bit. Taking you back into Polk County, we have some activity along our west coast sea breeze. So both of our sea breeze boundaries are coming into play, and I still think, especially as some of this activity crosses out of Polk County into Osceola County, we'll be dealing with a sea breeze collision as we move through the next hour or so. You're seeing some pockets of heavier rain near Kissimmee, taking you up I-4 toward Orlando, right on top of Winter Park. Altamont Springs also seeing some pockets of heavy rain, not as much lightning, but again, we'll see everything beginning to improve after sunset, which is just after 8 o'clock. So once we start to lose that energy from the day, we will see everything quieting down for the rest of our evening. But we are keeping our rain chances higher than we've seen lately as we move through the next several days. We'll break that down with your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Julie, thank you. Well, more than a year after she was shot in the head during a drive-by, we're hearing from a teen girl who survived but is still recovering.
News 6 reporter Catherine Silver spoke with her today and says it is taking time, but she will get her justice.
Right at the start of this video, the gunfire begins, sending teens standing outside in this Sanford neighborhood running.
I figured that one of them was out the window because I always said it was like a movie.
Layla Bennett was 17 years old at the time, a bystander by this dark-colored sedan. She was shot in the head.
There was no time to run.
Bennett says she doesn't remember much from that day. It was last April when Sanford police say this red SUV drove down Scott Drive with 4 people inside and opened fire. They just released this video because they hope it will lead to a breakthrough. Another video, police say, shows the same SUV parked at an apartment complex where 3 suspects got out.
Some of those teens don't know better because where they come from. It's easy to just follow what everyone else is doing.
Bennett says she still hopes for justice after a long journey. After the shooting, she was in a coma. She couldn't walk, speak, or feed herself. At the end of this month, she will be walking across the stage at graduation. What a milestone moment.
Yeah, I'll always say I'll get my justice.
Detectives here say they found the SUV shortly after the shooting, but they still need help finding the suspects. They're asking anyone with information to come forward. In Sanford, Catherine Silver, News 6.
Hurricane season is not that far off, and a major component to tracking these storms is based right here in Central Florida.
Yeah, we're talking about the hurricane hunters. Meteorologist Jonathan Kagas shows us how the crew tracks storms.
We are here at NOAA's Aircraft Operations Center in Lakeland, Florida. We were invited in to get an up-close and personal look at the planes and the equipment that NOAA uses to get inside these storms to collect the data so that we, the forecasters, can better forecast where these storms are headed. Let's take a look.
So what we'll do is we'll go out and we'll collect the data that's within a certain window to get that data into the model runs, and then therefore the model runs can be more accurate. It's also for the forecasters at the National Hurricane Center to help reduce that cone of error. So that's the meat and potatoes of it.
So this is where we actually drop these drop sons out of the aircraft through the tube here. These collect temperature, pressure, humidity, wind speed, wind direction as they follow the surface.
In addition to the dropsondes, there are several instruments on the exterior of the plane, including a tail Doppler radar, which gives meteorologists a 3D look at the structure of the storm. So this upcoming hurricane season, pay attention to when storms start developing and those models begin running on those storms. You're going to notice before those hurricane hunters go out, those lines, those models are going to be all over the place. And then after planes like that fly through it, you'll notice those lines, those different models start to tighten up and hone in on that eventual landfall spot. In Lakeland, Jonathan Kegas, News 6.
I mean, it is such important work that they're doing. And we were just talking, would you ever go out with one of those guys?
I would totally do it, but it did scare me. Maybe it was last year or the year before. I saw video from the inside of one of those things, how jostly it can get.
Jostly,
yes. That's not a word, but you better give me a bag.
Another word that is not existent, vomity. I think
vomity,
that's,
yeah.
I think that's how it would go. All right, well, like it or not, it is that time of year when clumps of seaweed start washing up on the beach. And even if you think it stinks, the sargassum is natural.
And as News 6's James Sparvero tells us, that's just one of the reasons Brevard County doesn't clean it up.
A comment on the City of Cape Canaveral's Facebook post about the seaweed returning reads, "You can tell who's from here and who's not based on whether they're complaining." This is Dr. Brian Barnes. He's leading a $3 million project at USF trying to predict where all the seaweed out there ends up. By using satellites to take measurements and make maps, Dr. Brian told us this year's seaweed blob stretching across the Atlantic is even bigger than the one you might have heard about 2 years ago.
Over the last month, we saw somewhere around 31 million metric tons of sargassum, which is the highest amount we've ever recorded in this area and would be the largest macroalgae bloom ever.
In 2023 in Miami, they actually cleaned up beaches, but here in Brevard County, the guy who manages the beaches, Mike McGarry, he told me we follow this FWC poster. The illustrations explain the important role seaweed that washes up has for the ecosystem. While some might complain about the smell, the life in there, including the fungus that grows, is food for animals like birds and crabs. And just because Dr. Brian says this year's bloom could be the biggest ever, that doesn't mean it's going to completely cover beaches. It all depends on winds and currents.
As long as we can effectively manage it, make sure that we're not destroying our beaches as we're trying to clean this up. Make sure that we're not letting the sargassum sit on top of seagrass environments or coral reefs or so forth.
And Dr. Brian says he's not sure what's causing what he calls an explosion of seaweed this year, but he says every year that bloom typically peaks in June. If you want to learn more about his work at USF tracking all the seaweed, I'll put the right links on clickorlando.com. In Brevard County, I'm James Sparvero, News 6.
Yeah, in that previous year, 2022, they said we were going to have this huge bloom.
Blob.
And it had happened, but it didn't all come careening into the shoreline.
Thank
it all
goodness.
Depends on
Yeah,
the
it is,
currents.
it's sad when you see it on the beach because you don't like it and you can't. If you walk over it, it just feels not great. And
It'll
it
ruin
also
a beach
stinks.
day for you, yeah.
All right, it is Central Florida's #1 news website, clickorlando.com. Let's check out what's trending. Another day, another warning about an invasive reptile in the Sunshine State. This time, it's a lizard with an orange head and dark blue body. Floridians say they're now scurrying around their neighborhoods.
Peter's rock agama lizards are native to East Africa. They were first introduced to Florida via the pet trade back in the 1970s. That thing looks like it was set on fire. That was a crazy looking little creature there. Luckily, Florida has colder winters than Africa, which limits how far they can spread. You need a permit to sell the animal, but you don't need a permit for ownership. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you go down south, I'm from, the West Palm area. There are so many iguanas and what they call Jesus lizards, the ones that run on water.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
They are everywhere. And they were not there when I grew up.
Are those the ones that fall out of the tree when it's cold?
The iguanas fall out of the tree, but yeah, that's just like.
I don't know what this thing does.
I don't know. Probably breathes fire or something. Who knows?
Here are some of the other stories trending right now on clickorlando.com. A black bear decided to take a stroll through downtown St. Augustine this morning. The St. Augustine Police Department posted a short video of the bear roaming around. Officers and FWC were working on removing the bear as of this morning.
And new details have been released for the new Pirates of the Caribbean tavern coming to Disney's Magic Kingdom. The Beak and the Barrel is set for 2025 opening. ClickOrlando.com features some of the concept art and features of that new restaurant.
It's a dryer vent problem for one News 6 viewer, but they knew who to call. The handy newsman, Eric Von Anken, has a three-step process to clean their dryer vent from the outside.
But first, no golfing signs on a patch of grass near the Central Florida Fairgrounds. It now threatens a decades-long tradition. A group of golfers believe bad apples are ruining the fun for the whole community. You're watching News 6 at 6:30. We're live on News 6 Plus, covering the Villages, Lake Nona, and all of Central Florida.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Your Tuesday evening traffic alert. Watch out for obviously some weather, but we could see some closures overnight. Southbound over here along 417 and Lee Vista. I'm not talking a lane closure. I'm talking everybody is exiting the roadway. Please be careful. And also westbound I-4 at Kirkman. So we have seen what this will cause, the delays as you approach the Kirkman area, and then you'll choose whether or not you need to go north or southbound. They'll have signs posted. Just please make sure you're paying attention. I'm Trooper Steve with your News 6 traffic alert. Drive safely. I'll catch you in the morning.
Well, a group of veterans has been hitting golf balls near the fairgrounds for decades. But a few months ago, signs were posted, no golfing, breaking decades of tradition and camaraderie.
So the guys called me to get some answers as they struggle to try to find a suitable replacement. How many guys in this group are veterans? Raise your hand.
For more than 30 years, this group of elderly veterans has gotten together to improve their shot and shoot the breeze.
I got the best swing.
We got the best. Actually, got the best game. That would be me.
My wife knows where I'm at.
Nicknames like Wiggle Hand, Fatback, and Captain Joe have turned this empty field into something of a sanctuary.
We share information about benefits. We share information about workshops that's coming up that's going to help veterans. So we do more than just play golf.
But there's a notable absence now, the ball.
How'd you feel when you came out here the next day and the sign was here?
Very disappointed. Disappointed in the people that's in charge.
The guys say someone outside their group in February started hitting balls toward the fairground buildings. The police were called. The golfer trespassed. The next day, these signs were up.
It's disrespectful. You know, most of us are 80s, 70s, 60s. We grew up under the signs. You can't do this. You can't eat here. You can't drink there. And this is just another insult of our integrity. That's really what this is all about. Remove the signs.
Former News 6 photographer T. Taylor called me about this story.
If anybody could speak on behalf of us, Matt Austin could. That's right. So that's why we're here, to try to get some results.
So I looked into it. This lot is owned by the city of Orlando, but the fairgrounds uses the land too as overflow parking. In an effort to get the guys some answers, I contacted the city. They issued a statement saying, quote, "This unauthorized activity led to several complaints, including damage to vehicles in proximity and contractor equipment such as mowers due to stray golf balls left on the field."
Is that a common problem? Have they hit your cars like a bunch of times?
As for the fairgrounds, I spoke with the CEO, Michael Tipton, on the phone. While he would not go on camera, he did email me an explanation, saying the golfers, quote, "have broken windows in our main office with golf balls, dinged multiple employee vehicles, and almost hit event attendees on our property. Many complaints were filed with the city about these individuals over the years." He continues, "On February 5th, 2025, one of the golfers physically and verbally assaulted one of my employees, and at that point, that individual was trespassed, and the golfers were finally removed." But these golfers say it wasn't them.
It looks like it was a setup. The guy had never been here before, hadn't been back since, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
So the group is hoping the city will take down the signs, let them golf again, but the city seems pretty set in its decision. The guys have been getting together at a different spot at Barnett Park, but they say it's hard because it's a more active area. Complicated story to do because you have two very different sides, but the other thing to keep in mind is these guys just go out there casually and golf, and they were going out just about every day of the week.
They're not confronting anyone or bothering anyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. They say they had nothing to do with this incident. But other people drive by, they see them out golfing, having a good time, and then other random people feel like they can do the same thing. So that's the complication for the city and for these guys.
And you tried to get, you know, some solid answers as to why they couldn't
They didn't
go.
really understand what the whole thing was, so at least they got the answers.
Well, I love that T said if there was anyone who's going to get us some answers, it's going to be Matt Austin.
That melted
you did
my
a great
heart.
job.
So we did get them some answers, and we'll see. Maybe somebody will see this, and there will be a better place for them to hang out.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thanks.
All right, here's a look outside right now over Daytona Beach. I don't see a whole lot of people hanging out on the beach, and that's probably a good thing. Meteorologist Julie Broughton joins us now. We've got some severe, is it severe right now?
Not right now,
Okay.
but we do have some stronger thunderstorms
Gotcha.
in place. We did have some severe thunderstorm warnings a little bit earlier. We're seeing that sea breeze collision. So the main focus has shifted to our interior spots. Here's what it looks like for you right now. Folks in Daytona Beach, you did see some lightning and some storms there earlier, but you're in good shape right now if you're wanting to head out in that direction. As we head farther to the south, though, we do have some special weather statements in place in Polk County, moving over into Osceola County and extreme Osceola County down near Yeehaw Junction. You are continuing to see some heavier showers, a severe thunderstorm warning off to your south. We're not seeing as much lightning as we were with some of these cells, but again, we're talking about the potential of gusty winds. This cluster of thunderstorms has been producing winds around 50 miles per hour, penny-sized hail, a lot of lightning, some heavy rain. As we go in a little bit closer to this group, this special weather statement was just issued, and so that is in place for Polk County until 7:30, but that is continuing to move off toward the east, so I think we'll likely see that extended into Osceola County as well. Frostproof getting some of that heavy rain up into Wales as well. And as we go farther to the north, up into Winter Park, Bertha, we've seen this cluster of showers and thunderstorms intensifying as well, dropping some heavy rain, producing some lightning. Also, we could be seeing some stronger wind gusts. And again, this is all part of our sea breeze collision, so we'll keep these showers going for the next couple of hours. We could still see some of that activity intensifying as those boundaries interact. Here's what it looks like for you right now over downtown Orlando. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. 85 degrees with cloudy skies right now. As we take you through the evening hours, we go to 77 degrees by 8 o'clock. Still with that chance of some showers at 8 o'clock, and even at 9 o'clock, we can still see some lingering rain, although I think most of the rain will wrap up by then. 75 degrees at 9 o'clock. It is 86 if you're in Sanford. A little bit cooler for some of our coastal spots. If you're in Melbourne or Mico, you're at 79. We are really warm across our western counties. The sea breeze is already through for you, and so you're still seeing a lot of sunshine. 87 in Ocala. 87 right now in Claremont. So we've been dealing with the sea breezes, which we're beginning to see those boundaries interacting. We also have a front that is stalled to our north, so that's provided a little extra support for us to get some of those showers and thunderstorms going and intensifying. The atmospheric dynamics have not been as impressive as they were yesterday, so we haven't had as many warnings in place, but you'll see on the modeling as we roll into the 7 o'clock hour, I still think we will be dealing with some showers and thunderstorms 8 o'clock over western Orange County. Everything eventually moves slowly back toward the East Coast. The upper level winds today have not been that strong, and that means that the showers and thunderstorms today have been moving more slowly than they were yesterday. Now, they have been dropping some decent rain. Radar estimates that in some spots have seen a couple inches of rain, so that'll be nice for our drought numbers tomorrow. But again, the lightning could spark additional brush fires. Starting out the day tomorrow morning, no weather-related issues on your drive to work and school, but pickup time tomorrow afternoon, we could be tracking some of those sea breeze, showers, and thunderstorms. Rain chances remain elevated for the next several days. Now, here's your forecast for tonight.
Your forecast is sponsored by the Florida Lottery.
69 for your overnight low tonight. So once we get those showers out of here, we keep it mild. Next 7 days looking like this. Now today in Orlando, we went to 93. We'll stay in the low 90s as we head through the rest of the work week. Mother's Day weekend, if you have outdoor plans, those could be a little dicey. Rain chances go way up this weekend to 70 to 80%. And as that chance of rain goes up, our afternoon highs go down to the low to mid 80s. And that's where we keep our highs as we head into next week.
All right, Julie, thank you. Keep on streaming. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm News 6 anchor Crystal Moyer.
And I'm News 6 anchor Justin Warmoth. Coming up in the morning, getting your pets microchipped and vaccinated for free.
Yeah, one local county is bringing back an event aimed at easing costs for hundreds of pet owners.
We'll break down what you need to know if you want to take part.
Plus, your weather and traffic every 10 minutes.
We'll see you for News 6 mornings starting at 6.
Well, hello, Larry and Charlotte. Eric. So nice to meet you guys. It's Eric Von Anken, the handy newsman. You know Destiny, of course. You got a dirty dryer vent pipe.
It really needs some attention, and we're working on it.
I don't know then if we're the right people, but
Well,
I got some
it.
stuff.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna give it a shot.
All right, thank you. Come on in.
I should tell you that Larry and Charlotte saw the last time we did this when we cleaned out a pipe, a dryer vent pipe, but you got two problems, guys. I figured out real quick. So one is your pipe is about 10 feet long. Problem number two, it's attached to the wall. So we got to go from the outside.
Okay.
This is Larry and Charlotte's exhaust hose vent. And we're going to use this to clean it out here. And we're not going to take anything apart. Step one is to assemble. House hack for you. One of the things I love about this kit is it comes with a drill adapter. Check this out. Step two is to clean. I guess it worked though.
All right, Eric, I just took a peek. It looks great in there. Cleaned it all out, huh?
Excellent.
Ready for step 3?
Yeah. So last step now is to vacuum out what we just loosened up.
Can't wait for this part. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
Three, two, one.
Nothing's coming out.
Anything?
Nothing came out.
Nothing?
It's clean. It looks really good.
Okay, I feel like whatever was in there, we got out because it's on my arm.
Yes, it is.
Or there just wasn't a whole lot in there.
Well, huh? Absolutely. We got results at home.
Hey, that's an interesting.
Doesn't matter how they got results.
I have dug my hand into one of those holes, pulling lint out to try to unblock
Outside?
those. Yeah.
I didn't even know you could from outside. That's probably bad news at my house.
At best, just take like an old hanger mat. Don't put your hand in there. You don't know what's in there.
I like to, I like
Not
to
your
just,
anchor hand.
I get stuff done. I know. No.
You need those things on this desk. Oh my God. No, but it is a dangerous thing if you don't clean it out.
Can catch fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have a project you'd like Eric to tackle, send us an email at gettingresultsathome@wkmg.com. And next week, Eric might just show up at your door. Don't use your hands to do it. All right, thank you so much for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online anytime on our News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
Sometimes you have to get down and dirty with the project. Remember, we break news at clickorlando.com. See you tonight at 11. When was the last time you cleaned yours out?
I do it all the time. I have a thing.